Welcome everyone to Anfield, where we're just moments away from kick-off with Liverpool hosting Nottingham Forest in what promises to be a pivotal Premier League clash. Liverpool come into this game in rough shape. Before today, they had collected just 18 points from 11 league games, 8 points behind leaders Arsenal and sitting in 8th place, a shock position for last season's champions. Their most recent Premier League outing before the international break was a 3-0 defeat away at Manchester City, leaving serious questions hanging over their form. Forest, despite their precarious league position, second from bottom with 9 points, arrived with something to build on. Their last league outing before today was a 3-1 win over Leeds United, giving new manager Sean Dyche and his side a surge of momentum hanging into this encounter. There is a sense that after the flirtation with Postecoglou and his more expansive style of football, Dyche has returned the team to the playing style that served him so well last season. Expect Anfield to be tense, the atmosphere charged, as the stakes are high. Team News and Liverpool boss Arne Slot has made 5 changes to the side that were beaten by Manchester City 3-0 in their last Premier League game. Alisson returns from injury to start in goal, while Kerkez, Jones, Isak and Gakpo start. Sean Dyche for Burnley has decided not to make any changes to the Forest side that beat Leeds 3-1 last time out. The whistle blows for kick-off beneath a gloomy Anfield sky, and Liverpool stride out with urgency, as though trying to shake off the heavy recent run of 6 defeats in 7. Forest, unbeaten in 3 under Sean Dyche, settle instantly into their compact 4-4-2 shell. It's clear from the opening seconds they're here to spoil, frustrate and counter. Isak starts for Liverpool today after a spell out with a groin injury. To say it has been a false start at Anfield for the £125 million British record signing would be an understatement. But this is a real chance for the Swede to show what all the fuss was about. Liverpool start with controlled possession. Szoboszlai, unexpectedly stationed at right back, thanks to injuries to Frimpong and Bradley, joins the midfield rotation, and Salah immediately isolates former teammate Nico Williams. Twice in as many minutes, he drives at him. Twice he wins territory. The Egyptian looks sharp today, hungry, relieved perhaps to have space again. Forest tried to punch back. Gibbs-White twists away beautifully in midfield, drawing a free kick in a threatening zone. I think Murillo is going to have a go here from a ludicrous distance, and is straight into the wall. But it's a warning. Forest intend to make every transition hurt. Dyche ball never disguises its intentions. Liverpool, though, ramp up the pressure. Salah whips in the first corner, and Forest survive. Then comes the first real let-off for the visitors. Gakpo slaloms in field, slides to McAllister, and the Argentine shot is blocked from close range by a miraculous Elliot Anderson intervention. Oh, that was well done by Anderson. Then a second shot follows, it's blocked again. It's heroic defending and it keeps Forest alive. Liverpool have generated more XG in 10 minutes than in 90 at the Etihad 2 weeks ago. They're storming the right side, Salah tormenting Williams, Jones bursting through lines, Szoboszlai and Curtis Jones swapping positions to destabilise the press. The noise rises. Anfield senses something is coming. And then comes the moment where Salah rolls back the years. Dazzling feet, a slalom past 3 Forest white shirts, then a hard low pullback perfectly placed for Kerkez, 6 yards out, and somehow he spoons it over. Anfield groans. Salah looks upward in disbelief. That should be 1-0 to Liverpool. Forest are swaying, but they're still standing. They finally start to get their foot on the ball around the quarter-hour mark. Anderson, immensely composed for such a young midfielder, glides away from pressure, linking with Gibbs-White. Williams finds space to cross, but wastes it. Liverpool press again, but Forest are starting to recognise the patterns. On 20 minutes, Sangare enters the box and goes down from a McAllister challenge. The Liverpool midfielder seemed to step on the back of Sangare's boot and Forest want a penalty. The replays show a slight coming together, but nothing is given. Referee says play on. Another wave of Liverpool attacks now brings another set of half chances. headers, rebounds, block drives, but Sels isn't being forced into any dramatic saves. Anfield expects from such dominance, but Forest's shape remains tight, deep, brave, and Dijk is urging his players to hold. Liverpool need to find a way to get Isak involved in this game. He's had just 3 touches of the ball. Lots going around him, with some lovely touches from Salah, but Forest holding firm and Liverpool's record bye not getting much joy so far. Now, suddenly, Forest surge. A loose ball, a clever touch, and Dominguez drives a warning shot that Alisson must scramble down to stop. It's their first proper moment, a reminder that Liverpool's midfield has cracks. Moments later, Forest's pressure culminates in a corner. The delivery from Anderson is wicked, it's flat, it's teasing. Liverpool don't attack the first contact. The ball drops to Murillo. Go! He slams it low past Alisson. Forest celebrate in front of the away end. Liverpool surround the referee, demanding a VAR check. They say Ndoye was drifting across Alisson's sideline. But after a review, the goal stands. 1-0 to Forest. Liverpool are incensed. In my opinion, however, the goal deserves to stand. Alisson has a clear view of the shot, and it is hit with such ferocity that I don't think Ndoye standing where he was changed anything in Alisson's thinking. And that is what is different to Liverpool's disallowed goal against Man City a fortnight ago, in that Robertson raised a question in the keeper's mind as to where the ball would go. Anfield feels deflated. Liverpool need to regroup, but now Forest come again. They cross the ball into the box from the right side. Igor Jesus has a yard on Konate, who has to lunge to prevent the Brazilian getting away from him. Jesus controls the high cross. He spins. Goal! He finishes into the far corner, past a stranded Alisson. Scenes at the Forest end. But, oh, wait a moment. The referee has blown his whistle. Handball. There's going to be a VAR check, of course. They check it slowly, carefully. Replays show it's borderline, brushing sleeve rather than arm. At the end, it's inconclusive. There isn't enough to overturn the on-field call, so the score remains 1-0. Forest fans are livid. Liverpool breathe a sigh of relief. Dijk on his bench explode in fury, and Forest assistant Ian Woan is booked for dissent. You feel now, though, that the momentum has clearly shifted Forest's way. They believe. Liverpool, it seems, have doubts. Salah, he wastes a free kick, straight into the first man. Then another volley sails over. Now Anderson and Gibbs-White starting to boss midfield. Forest are completing passes, they're building triangles and forcing set pieces. Liverpool's early swagger has evaporated into anxiety. Then now comes another Salah effort. He's there, he cuts inside. He tries a near post attempt, but Sels pushes it away. It feels desperate rather than dangerous, and I think Anfield knows it. By the time the half reaches stoppage time, Liverpool look a shadow of their opening 25 minutes. Isak, returning from injury, has barely touched the ball. Gakpo's early incision is long gone. The passing lacks crispness. The decisions lack conviction. Forest look more likely to score again than Liverpool do to equalise. The whistle for half-time is a mercy for Liverpool. And half-time it is. Forest leading at Anfield, deservedly. Liverpool dominated early, but the longer the contest went on, the more Forest imposed their rhythm. They sat deep, they waited for transitions, punished weaknesses. Liverpool looked fragile, short of ideas, and lacking a spark from their £125 million striker. Sean Dyche continues to gesture calmly to his players as they walk off. He knows they've executed the plan. Liverpool, meanwhile, walk down the tunnel to a low, uneasy murmur. 6 losses and 7 loom over the stadium like a storm cloud. The second half then begins. No changes from either side at the break. Forest attack almost immediately. They advance down the right with frightening ease. Williams surges to the byline, easily breaking a half-hearted tackle from a Liverpool player inside the box. He looks up, picks the perfect passing lane. Go! Savona! The Italian ghosts into acres of space by the penalty spot to lash it in. Anfield is stunned. Liverpool's defence is statuesque. That was embarrassing for Liverpool. To come out at half-time, 1 goal behind, and to be that switched off is unforgivable. Dyche continues to roar at his players to stay composed, but they already look utterly in control. This goal can't be blamed on referees or VAR. It's calamitous, soft, avoidable in every sense, and with that, a sense of inevitability settles over the stadium. Forest sense this could be their day. Special mention to Murillo and Milenkovic. Warriors, absolute warriors, the pair of them in the heart of Forest defence. They will be loving this now. Liverpool haven't come back from 2-0 down in 88 matches. This doesn't look like the one to break the run. Forest's confidence continues to grow. They continue to sit deeper, they get more, and they look comfortable. They also looking to break on the counter. Every duel seems to belong to the men in white. Liverpool look leggy, bereft, the pattern stale. Slot decides it's time for changes, and drastic ones. Konate is withdrawn, and Ekitike enters to give Liverpool a 2-striker profile. It doesn't matter though, Forest's centre-backs continue to dominate everything, aerial or on the ground. Salah tries. You can't fault him today for his effort. A delicate touch, he cuts inside, he strikes, blocked. Now another run, but he's bundled off the ball. Now again, appeals for a penalty, all waved away. He is the only genuine threat, but he's faced by 8 defenders every time he gets the ball. Forest's counter-threat, meanwhile, is becoming more and more dangerous. Ndoye drives forward relentlessly. Jesus isolates Van Dijk and turns him far too easily. Liverpool's defensive duels are being lost everywhere, aerially, physically and emotionally. Slot makes more changes. Robertson and Chiesa come on. Isak, anonymous all afternoon, leaves the field to muted groans inside the stadium. 7 duels, 7 losses. Not one moment to savour for the Swede. Not a game for which to build on. Szoboszlai has a goal from distance which is caught easily. Again he tries from 30 yards, caught again. These seem like shots of frustration, not invention. Anfield's restlessness becomes audible. Fans slowly begin to trickle out of the stadium. Dyche's team feel it. They grow taller with every clearance. Just over 10 minutes of regular time remaining. Hutchinson's superb since coming on, receives the ball outside the box on the right wing. He immediately drives towards goal. He skins Robertson with absurd ease. The goal opens in front of him, about 8 yards out, and he takes a shot. Alisson gets down to his left, parries a shot out towards the penalty spot, straight to Morgan Gibbs-White. There are no Liverpool players between the 6-yard box and the edge of the penalty area. Gibbs-White adjusts himself for the shot. Go! Forest erupt. Gibbs-White drills his shot past Alisson. The away end is pandemonium. Liverpool's defenders stare at each other, palms raised, searching for someone else to blame. It's Liverpool 0, Nottingham Forest 3. That was catastrophic defending, and it seals the match, you think. Forest have come to Anfield and scored 3 and fully deserve it. What has happened to the champions? The last 10 minutes feel like a prolonged exhale, a slow realisation spreading through the ground that Liverpool are crumbling. Salah keeps trying, testing his luck from distance, treading balls into crowded areas, but every shot is blocked, every cross cleared, every idea smothered. Chiesa fires over from the D, Gakpo heads over, Ngumoha tries to inject youth and energy, but Forest's shield is impenetrable. Forest then nearly grab a 4th in stoppage time. Hutchinson again dancing inside, taking too many touches before a block denies him. It would have been the perfect flourish to a remarkable away performance. Liverpool, meanwhile, looked lost. Their structure is broken, their identity nowhere to be seen. The boos aren't loud, but the silence is louder. And then Salah treads one last ball to Chiesa, and Forest throw bodies in front of them again. Warriors, as we said, absolutely relentless. This is Dyche's team in full belief, and the final whistle is an act of mercy for Liverpool. Full time, Liverpool 0, Forest 3. Forest don't just beat Liverpool today, they have dismantled them. They outfought them, outthought them, outmaneuvered them. It's a textbook Dyche away performance, deep block, ruthless counters, bravery in the duels, discipline in the shape. Goals from Murillo, Savona and Gibbs-White illuminate a stunning afternoon. It seems to be a match made in heaven between coach and players for Forest. Liverpool, by contrast, are unrecognisable. Early promise gave way to fragility. Their pressing wasn't coordinated, their passing lost zip, their finishing lacked conviction. Isak was anonymous, the midfield disjointed, the defence porous. Slot substitutions changed nothing. For the first time since 1965, Liverpool suffer back-to-back league home defeats by 3 goals. They drop to 11th with a negative goal difference. The pressure on Arne Slot intensifies. The questions will grow louder. Forest leave Anfield with belief, genuine belief, that they can build something under Dyche. This win takes them out of the relegation zone and up to 16th, and judging by this performance, the only way is up. Liverpool leave with something far heavier, doubt. It finishes at Anfield, Liverpool 0, Nottingham Forest 3.